this today. I'm going to be spilling how I was able to move from extra large to large, from size 16, 18 to now size 12, 14. That sounds like a big deal, right? It is a big deal, and I'm going to spill out the teas. So I'm going to first spill out the teas. So I'm going to first say that losing weight wasn't my primary goal. My primary goal was basically living healthy, because I've had, like I told you guys, I started listening to podcasts, and I've had many doctors say the needs actually for people to start living healthy and also get conscious about the kind of food that they eat. And also that what you do in your 30s and your 40s will determine how your body is going to respond in the later part of the of your days, right? And now I thought to myself, it's becoming more important, especially that I'm educated. Why wouldn't I even know the kind of food I am eating and pay extra? At the beginning of this year, my starting weight was 100. Yes, 100 kg. And you can't blame me. Like, I was working from home, there are a lot of food at home, snacking here and there, and all of that. But I was able to, like, towards the as I go into the year got so busy for me. I began to get more involved, and from 100 kg, I dropped to about 96, 97 kg. And I was, one thing about weight loss is just plateau there. I saw a little bit of differences here and there. But like I said, it wasn't just about losing weight, it was really about getting rid of my tummy fat. The fats, like me having a protruded belly. Yes, I've had two kids, and it's so easy to say that, oh, mom's pouch and all of that. But there are a lot of people that actually have babies that never had mom's pouch, right? You agree with me? All right, so I started getting more, like I started skipping breakfast, taking lunch, and also skipping dinner. With that, I was literally able to move from like 96, 97 to about 95, 94. But what I was going is that, because when I checked my BMI, even though BMI does not account for your muscles and all of that, my BMI was saying that I was overweight. But at the time I was about 100 kg, my BMI was saying I was obese. And I'm like, obese? For real? All right. Anyways, so when I started listening to this podcast, started putting into some experimentation, I see how better my body goes. And that's why I'm going to be sharing the 5 tips that actually transform my health drastically from what it used to be to what it's now be. And that is what I'm excited about. Number one is health knowledge. See, people will say that what you don't know does not kill you, but it's a lie. Sometimes what you don't know might kill you faster than what you know. So if you're not aware of the food that you eat, what is in your food, you might actually be killing your body small, small before you even know that it's all gone. So I invested in listening to health podcasts. Yes, there are a lot of people saying, oh, don't do this, don't do that. But it's good you even know the extreme so that you're able to find your middle point. Number two was I started cutting down my carbohydrates. Yes, so this is this bread. I'm going to make sure I'm not talking against this brand. Please, this is bread. And I can tell you, I am somebody that I love eating bread a lot. Like, I love eating bread. But now that I've come to understand that bread is made up of too much sugar, carbohydrates, and one thing carbohydrates does is it causes sugar spike. Sometimes many of these carbohydrates are being stored in our body as excess, in excess, and leading to fat and all of that. So I now stop eating carbohydrates like bread, like rice. Not that I totally stop eating rice. I mean, rice is a staple food. But before, I can eat rice like 4 times in a week. But now, even 5 times in a week. But now, you hardly see me take rice more than maybe max twice. And if I'm even taking it twice, I have a strategy about it. Bread, it's a no. I don't eat bread. You will never see me eat bread. Also, some fizzy drinks like Coke, all the sugary stuff, I have literally eliminated them in my diet. Now, the thing is that, oh, this things like, can one eventually stop? Yes, it can stop. I have been on this journey for about 4 to 5 months, and I can tell you at the beginning it wasn't easy, but now my body is used to it. Number three is I have introduced more vegetables into my meal. So instead of me eating carbohydrates, I replace it with veggies. So one of the things you always see in my house is this veggies. So I usually get in the store. There are different ones you can get it. So this is a veggie mix, and that's even what I had as lunch. So I have broccoli. I take more of broccoli, veggies, fiber food, spinach, vegetables. That's what I eat more. So instead of me eating carbohydrates, I do more of vegetables, food that actually have fibers, because based on medical science, my body need fibers than even all of these sugars. Four. Number four is I started taking more protein. More protein. You always see me eggs. I take eggs. Sometimes I take one egg. Sometimes I take two eggs. Sometimes I take three eggs. Take protein. So instead of me filling my lunch box with rice and all of that, I take veggies and I take proteins. I think like yesterday that I went to work, all I ate was I take my veggies with a boiled egg and chicken or goat meat. you know that's what I had, and I can tell you that is some of the things I did that made me lost weight without even having to pay anybody or doing extreme exercise. Number five is I got my body moving. So the thing is that people always advise that you do like 10,000 steps every day. I subscribe to that, and one thing is, I'm not saying that I do my 10,000 steps every day, but I can tell you I do between 3,000 to about 6,000 every day. I make sure I get my body moving. So the thing is that I didn't know how much I have lost weight until when I had to start wearing my jeans and my trousers, and they were starting to drop on me, and all of my clothes were getting so oversized. And another thing that I noticed is that I started noticing my tummy went really down. Like, this is the tummy that I've been wearing Gado to snatch and snatch and snatch and snatch and snatch. And it hasn't been doing until when I eradicate rice, I eradicate bread, taking, like, I'm always that kind of person that when I'm eating rice, you want to top it with a Coke, something chilled, something like a wine. You just feel like I have worked hard. This is time for me to enjoy. I tell you, it's cutting down those foods, to almost zero, as literally is, I mean, should I just say literally, is a secret of my weight loss. I didn't do any magical thing, I tell you. Now, I know it's for people, it's going to be very difficult to stop eating rice. It's going to be very difficult to stop eating bread. But let me tell you something. If the doctor asks you to stop taking it, it is at that point you know that you have to do it. It's either you do it or you're going to have to you know, you're going to have to face the consequence, right? So this is my advice to anybody in their 30s. I would advise you that start taking your health very important. You too, you can lose weight, Yeah, some people do you know at a point I was talking to the doctor. I was like, I want to lose weight, and I was telling him that I want to really blast my tummy, and I was very interested in taking all these GLP drugs, like all this I can't even remember their name now, to lose weight. And I was like, okay, you don't have to. Like, you don't have to. You can actually just do some basic things at home and you will lose weight. And literally, I followed it and I can see the result in my body, like in my body. Me, I wear clothes. I don't need to wear gadu because my tummy is flat. I love the way I look. I fit into my sizes. In fact, like last week, I took some of my clothes to my friend to adjust it because my trousers were falling. I needed to just snatch it in because the thing about weight loss is be ready to buy new clothes because your clothes aren't going to fit you again. So if you're anyone at home, you're a mom or anyone, you're literally, struggling to lose your weight, don't give up. Yes, exercise is good, but all experts have said it, and even myself has proven it, that as much as it's very good to actually go exercise, your nutrition, your diet is very important. If you can look at your diet, take a lot of water, stop taking too much of carbohydrates, take more protein, stop taking sugar. In fact, if I want to buy anything in the store, guess who's looking at the label? Me. doctor said a doctor said if sugar is part of the first two ingredients of any food you're buying, just know that there's a lot of sugar in that food. So so I hope these few tips have helped you, and I hope you're also going to start your journey. One thing I'm going to do is that I can actually link up the video that I watch, from Diary of CEO, which is the popular I can actually link it up so that you can actually watch the video in my comment section, so that you can watch the video in my comment section and also hear for yourself what I have that changed it for me. Now, at this point, I would say that if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. And one thing is that if you have any question about the food that I'm eating, what I have stopped eating, you want to know more details, please come assured that I will answer any of your questions. Bye, guys.